Welcome to Bond and Bondage Helpline, where we untangle human emotions. No safe word required. I'm Stella Black. Hit the like and subscribe buttons for your weekly glimpse behind the curtain of human behavior. We're the middle children of history. Tyler Durden's voice still echoes, but today, that middle child is in therapy, counting macros, moisturizing, scrolling Tinder with 0 matches, and debating online about whether women even like nice guys. Modern masculinity has become a tragicomic performance. Greek statue bodies hiding adolescent insecurities, metrosexual grooming rituals masquerading as strength, and the sick joke? Men are doing it all for each other, not for women. So today, we're diving deep. From Fight Club's raw masculinity crisis to the sad state of influencer abs and dopamine detoxes. This is a culture postmortem, an autopsy of the masculine soul. Let's cut it open. Back in 1999, Fight Club was a revelation. It slapped Gen X and older millennials across the face, not because of the fights, but because it said the quiet part out loud. Men are lost, defanged, trapped in sterile cubicles, reduced to IKEA catalog numbers. Tyler wasn't aspirational because he was violent. He was aspirational because he was free, untethered, reckless, unapologetic. You are not your job. You are not how much money you have in the bank. You are not the contents of your wallet. It hit like gospel. For a generation raised by television and absentee fathers, masculinity had become abstract. No war, no Great Depression, just vague expectations and consumerism. Men didn't know what they were supposed to do, so they made soap, threw punches, blew things up. The point wasn't violence, it was aliveness. That Fight Club basement wasn't about pain, it was a baptism. But instead of evolving that energy into something useful, service, integrity, community, we buried it, we mocked it. And in its place, today masculinity is a skincare product. Gone are the bruised knuckles. Now we've got serums, beard oils, exfoliants, green smoothies, and a $200 a month gym membership. We replaced rebellion with routine. Ask your average high-value man influencer today what masculinity is, and he'll say, lift weights, make money, avoid carbs, take cold plunges, ignore women, don't text back. You know what that is? It's disordered eating with muscles. It's OCD disguised as discipline. It's male spiritual and emotional anorexia wrapped in protein powder, and Andrew Tate quotes, "You've got men so shredded they look like Roman marble statues, but emotionally they're hollow. No language for love, no tolerance for vulnerability, no idea what they actually want beyond status." Men now spend hours perfecting physiques that women might glance at, but mostly other men study, admire, envy, judge. This isn't seduction. It's male peacocking inside a closed-off zoo. It's a gladiator show where no one's in the stands. Let's get clinical for a moment. The modern male crisis isn't toxic masculinity. It's untreated grief. Grief over irrelevance. Over not being needed. Over being told they're either predators or punchlines. Instead of therapy, they turn to hustle culture. Instead of mentorship, they get influencers screaming at them to man up. Instead of connection, they get no-fap forums and looksmaxxing. Do you know what looksmaxxing is? It's men optimizing their jawlines, posture, eyebrow angles, and nasal symmetry. It's beauty culture from hell, built by incels with rulers. And yet, underneath all of it is real pain. Because what's the core question all of this is avoiding? Am I lovable? Not desirable. Lovable. And these men have no clue, because no one taught them how to feel, only how to perform. Let's address the fantasy. That if you're rich, ripped, and aloof, you'll have women drooling. Reality check? That works online, but in real life? Women don't want statues. They want shoulders they can lean on, not six-packs. Safety, not cold stoicism. Warm presence. Men have gotten lost in this toxic echo chamber and completely missed the plot. What actually attracts women? Not abs, not followers, not cold detachment, but emotional availability, attunement, kindness, leadership without ego. Ask any emotionally healthy woman what makes her fall in love, and she'll say, "He makes me feel safe. He listens. He's consistent. He's not afraid to share his feelings. He's emotionally literate." No woman has ever said, "I fell for him because his resting heart rate was elite." And yet here we are. A generation of men bench pressing for an audience that doesn't care. And it's not even their fault. They've been lied to, told that women don't know what they want, told that nice guys finish last, told that vulnerability is weakness. But the truth is, vulnerability is the ultimate flex. You want to be high value? Hold space. Hold her hand. Hold yourself accountable. Let's bring it back to something ancient. The load-bearing man. The man who shows up when the shit hits the fan. Not with abs, not with alpha quotes, but with presence. He knows how to change a tire and change a diaper, fix a faucet and a friendship, carry groceries and grief. He doesn't talk about being a protector, he just is one. He doesn't broadcast his worth, he embodies it. And you know what makes him truly powerful? He's emotionally fluent. He can be afraid without collapsing. He can be criticized without crumbling. He doesn't need to dominate to feel whole. That's not soft. That's sovereign. Masculinity isn't dying, it's being starved. Starved of mentors, of meaning, of actual community. We gave men TikTok instead of tribes, status instead of service, clout instead of character. But the world needs men, not caricatures, not avatars, not brands, real men, kind men, protective men, quietly powerful men. Load-bearing men. So here's your call. If you're tired of pretending, posturing, and performing, let it go. Reclaim the real thing. Not by yelling louder, but by listening harder. Masculinity isn't about being feared. It's about being trusted. Now go be someone worth trusting. If this video slapped, stabbed, or soothed, drop a comment. Share it with a man who needs to stop skipping dinner for abs and start feeding his soul. Subscribe for more hard truths and real talk, because the first rule of modern masculinity: talk about it loudly, clearly, relentlessly. The future isn't alpha, the future is whole. That's enough for now. Your scars might be on the inside, but scar patches come in all shapes and sizes. Find your patch and protect them with your life. See you next week.